Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you another ASL Qualifier replay. This is the semi-finals of the Qualifier bracket. I believe it was Group C on day number 2. And it's game number 2, Scan, going up against BishOp. I asked you guys last time to go ahead and comment what you're thinking as far as occasionally having some videos like this, where it's a little bit deeper analysis, where we speed through some parts. Like, for instance, that last Terran versus Terran, 40 minutes long, right? To do a cast there where it's mostly siege line sitting, I feel like it might be a bit more entertaining to speed that up, to kind of pause it here and there to really show the finer points. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Either way, I'll probably do it occasionally, but I do like to see what people in general prefer seeing. Okay, so, ooh, already we have very interesting things occurring. Look at this. 2 factory play here from Scan, taking all SCVs off gas, so 2 factory Vulture. And this one for BishOp, if I had to guess, it's going to be 2 factory Vulture into Goliath, which is actually going to be a little bit stronger. Not as common to see something like this. I was kind of talking to you guys, so I did not realize that this is what was happening, but this is kind of exciting. You don't see this build at the pro level as much. You see it a lot at like low S ranks, because it's like such a quick way to play TvT. But if your opponent figures out that it's coming and they build a bunker, it becomes pretty bad pretty quickly. The Vultures do not do much against it, and then they have a faster command center. But here we go. Scan moving out, but it's defensive of the same build. So this is so much better for BishOp. It's insane. Like, BishOp right now, this looks like a BishOp victory, to be honest, right? Like, we do not actually have... Scan was getting ready to start his command center. He did not start it yet, but we don't have an armory. Whereas down here, the armory just finished. So not only did... the Vulture lead just switch over to BishOp because he got an extra Vulture or 2 there. Like, look, it's 4 against 3 at the moment. And I guess he is going to have a 4th pop out, like Scan Second Factory is a little bit quicker. But yeah, we're going to have another one popping out here in a second for BishOp. And then it's going to be Goliaths, which absolutely maul Vultures. So this might turn into kind of a weird situation where Scan has to go like Vultures on top of ramp, double add-on command center, something like that. So let's take a look. Of course, the barracks is going to tell him the info that he really needs to know, which is that Goliaths are going to be on the way. Sees the command center. Of course, he has his own command started as well. 1 add-on. Okay, he's actually choosing not to show. Okay, he shows now with the 2. I think he was just doing that to get more damage done. But it wasn't aggressive. This does turn into double add-on right away for Scan, which is going to be a good counter to that. You definitely want to go siege tanks against Goliaths, although you have to sit pretty defensively there. But Scan coming down with his mass Vulture at this point. Okay. Kills off a couple. And we'll back up. This is, it's actually really fascinating to see. Like, again, this build you don't see as often at the pro levels. And this is a tournament, so like this super matters. Like, both these guys think that this is the best way for them to play this game. Now, BishOp going to hold this high ground. That's going to be very easy to hold. Scan's starting to mass out tanks, and generally with this, you actually stay on 2-fact for quite some time. In fact, I wouldn't be too surprised if Scan goes into a 3rd command center pretty quickly from that. It looks like he's got a really strong position with it. But he does do a little bit of a push here. Obviously, like I mentioned, though, when you hold this high ground with like just an assorted amount of units, your opponent's never going to break through. Like, you are just completely safe. And in fact, the 3rd base comes up a little bit quicker here for BishOp. Scan actually starts a 3rd factory and the barracks first. I'm surprised about this. I am. I'm a little bit surprised. This looks a lot better for BishOp to me. Right now, Scan, yeah, he's got like a few more SCVs and everything, but the factory's so slow that it's not going to add many units. You know, like, I guess right now BishOp is starting to push out while he's only on 2 factory. But honestly, like, this position for Bishop, I think, is really, really strong if he stays back defensively. This might end up being an overextension. Like, if Scan pulls back here, Bishop possibly runs into mines. Let's just take a look. Right, he's trying to chase it. Okay, he does the scan, so very nicely done. And continuing to push forward a little bit. Looks fantastic for Bishop. He picks off some additional units. Faster base. Faster starport. Faster +1. Like, that's pretty massive. Scan on 3 factory now, adding his starport. And just starts his command center. This is after Bishop has been mining for a little bit. So Bishop's economy is going to look a lot better at the moment. And for the foreseeable future. We'll see if the dropship actually ends up doing anything here for a scan, if that's what he's going to go for. It looks like it since he did go for the add-on here. All right, so Bishop with this kind of light containment, just sitting back for the time being. Multiple wraiths coming out. This is actually kind of a popular thing to do, but it seems weird with the containment up, I guess, right? Because you see the starport costs basically a factory. Each wraith is like as much as a tank or almost as much as a factory is a good way to think about it. So it kind of slows all your other production down to get wraiths this early in the game. It's a little bit of a risk. And in fact, he's got 2 starports. So it looks like Bishop, like... Honestly, I think that macro-wise, he has a much better opening, but he's going into 2-port Wraith. And that's when he took his 3rd as a mineral only. So his composition is likely to skew towards Vulture Wraith. Obviously, still siege tanks, but like he's going to have to produce a lot of Vultures to spend his money. And yeah, he's making another command center and everything. But I think that just a pure mech approach after that, this really solid, quick 3rd base would have been very good for him. Now, Scan running around with a few vultures. Has that dropship coming. Ooh, this is a very nice raid if he gets up here. The vultures just kind of misclicked a little bit. Looks like he gets some vulture drop into this main base. So he is actually reducing that SCV count quite a bit. And now these vultures getting up into that 4th. Oh, my God. Just murders the SCVs. And look at this, up 12 workers after that and slowing this down. And all that when we actually have wraiths out, right? So like the wraiths should be anti-dropship and everything. Really kind of an interesting position that we're looking at. I definitely thought it was better for Bishop, but now after that damage, it looks fine. It looks fine for Scan now, right? Like his economy is a bit ahead. Yeah, his command center is slower, but that's fine. He's got the SCVs to really back it up. He's taking his own 4th over here. Yes, it's slower, but yeah, I think he's going to be completely all right with that right now. All right, so just Bishop right now pushing up to clear that a bit. Ooh, the double dropship comes in for Scan as the wraiths come over. Luckily, he had Goliaths in there so importantly. Bishop being a little bit sloppy, sending a few units over to the side. Not sure what the wraiths will get done. Like, I think dropship play is pretty much done here. Scan looked like he wanted to get some more drops done, and he has another one loaded up. But obviously with those wraiths, that's just kind of a gamble to send that in. Not that it's... Like, this one dropship and 3 vultures in it, it doesn't actually hurt Scan that much if he loses it, honestly. Oh, flies right over the missile turret. Oh my god, drops right in there. So he is going to find some damage. Bishop, I think, actually pushing a little bit too far forward. This containment is too small for 13 minutes. Scan, in like another round, if he unsieges everything and pushes, he's going to kill wherever he wants. Well, if these siege tanks get up and get in position, maybe he can actually end up holding on. See this part cleared out. Bishop trying to hold the whole center. Scan moving over to the side a little bit. Very defensive siege down here. He's trying to keep some pathways open, trying to defend. And this is going to bring up to 5 bases, 4 gases. So he's going to be a little bit ahead as far as bases go against Bishop now. And here we go. He is trying to break. Not the best area. This doodad actually really screws up the army movement a little bit there, as you saw. It's hilarious with siege tanks how badly something like this will screw up your attack. Anyways, not that much defense over here, like 1 siege tank. +2 already done for Bishop. Yeah, seriously, like Bishop's put out a really good game here against Scan. Scan is going to take top left, though. Volk Wraith being produced. And in fact, yeah, look at this. Oh, he's going into drop ships now. Bishop is with double starport. So definitely wants to start dropping, but against the Wraith Valkyrie, if that gets found, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Scan pushing through this high ground. This is such a crucial place. If he can hold this, the map is split perfectly in half. Even though Bishop will technically have more room, base-wise, it's going to be half scans, which is a very important thing to see. Like we saw in their previous game, you definitely can get to every base taken in TvT without too much problem. So Scan continuing to add these command centers, throwing them down, sending SCVs over. His Wraith Valkyrie count getting quite nice. I think we just saw a scan on it, so you got to be careful here as Bishop. Definitely wants to put some more turrets out there, I would say. The siege line getting pretty massive. All right, the Wraiths of Scan coming out now, and this is where they're going to start getting a little bit of damage. Like he's going to deny this base for a bit, pick off a few siege tanks here and there. This is going to force you to field even more Goliaths into the fight, which is not exactly what you want. Really, siege tanks are so much better, but you need them, right, as that anti-air. So we see like 7 Goliaths were just queued up instantly for Bishop as the Wraiths came in and started to really screw with them. Ooh, a little bit sloppy there. Loses those 2. So these Wraiths will fly back. A lot of turrets and mines. By the way, mine defense, just like against Recall, so strong against mass dropship. You just cannot drop this area. Really, really well done defensively. Now, Scan denying this base. This is kind of huge. Because, again, this means that Scan would be up 2 bases on his opponent if he holds this. Now, Scan with a big push down here. Oh, my God, the dropship's all caught by those Wraiths. Some more dropships out here, mostly just Goliaths in them. Doesn't really need those so much anymore. Not many Wraiths actually left over. But Scan's starting to push in. Now he's got this, like, to have this area, that's kind of strong, right? So this isn't a straight line anymore for Bishop. This is where he controls, and if he loses this much, then this area becomes an area where Scan can actually attack into. And this is not hard to break. Like, these 4 tanks and 2 Goliaths and a Vulture, like, he can just send this stuff in and it'll break. So Scan's starting to take some serious control, even though Bishop has a gigantic bank. They're both maxed out. In fact, Bishop's army a little bit bigger as well. Actually, got to pause this for a second and take a look what Bishop's plan is, because Scan is taking more of the map. Scan's defense is better, right? Like these turrets and mines, you don't need much supply up here to hold. Whereas you look down here, oh, okay, completely empty. Definitely potential there for Scan to punish. But let's take a look. We have a good amount of dropships. 5 here for Scan, 5 here for Bishop. Bishop's got this area, but it's not that strong. A lot of his supply is here. I don't know what he's going to do with the dropships. Like, there's a lot of anti-air all over the place. He may want to just take over this base. I think that would probably be overall the best move, is to just deny this, retake here, and have the map be half map, and work from there. He's actually got a bigger mineral bank right now. Yeah, he's down on gas a little bit, but I don't think that matters too much. Not right now, at least, since they, you know, as long as you secure the same amount of gases, you're going to have the same amount of gas long term. Okay, so here Scan goes trying to break that middle area. And in flies Bishop. Oh, no. Oh, no. And you can see that this is not a good droppable place. He does end up getting some stuff out there, but he loses like 50 supply doing it. That is a powerful position, though. He's going to kill a couple bases, maybe? Well, I think he'll probably kill this one, but Scan loading up his own dropships. And since the full payload was not able to get out, like, Scan is going to easily bomb that out. And, in fact, did not target this. Could have killed this command center, but instead cleared out some turrets and stuff as well. Okay, so Bishop getting into kind of a difficult position now. He's still got play. He's still got a big bank. He's still got a lot of bases. But yeah, it is still tough. Definitely a big advantage here for Scan, who, by the way, flies in with 1,000,000 dropships here. Oh my god. GG is called, and Scan goes to the finals of his ASL qualifier group.